informative webinar in how to start your business. My name is Jesus Padilla. I am the Assistant Director here at the Florida SBDC at FIU. This webinar, it's more the engagement, the conversation. So definitely I encourage you to introduce yourself in the chat. What type of business you have, or do you have a business? If you're looking to start a business, need financing, what are the next steps? There's a good opportunity to have the conversation and introduction as well. Just some general housekeeping items. This is a recorded webinar, so in case you have to step out, answer a phone call, don't worry, all participants will be receiving today's presentation and the recording as well. So definitely encourage you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. I definitely do see a lot of familiar faces, so nice to see you again. Good. And I also see some fellow graduates as well. So if you're part of the FIU Panther family, pause up. All right, so we're gonna go and get started. So I want to thank you all for attending today's presentation, How to Start Your Small Business. My name is Jesus Padilla. I am the Assistant Director here at the Florida SBDC at FIU. Just a brief description, who we are, what we do. The Florida SBDC network is funded through a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration. We are the Florida SBDC network, it is a team of 9 regional centers housed under a university or college. If your business is located here in Miami-Dade or Monroe County, the Florida SBDC at FIU is your local SBDC. But if your business is located outside of Miami-Dade, Monroe County, don't worry. My colleague Andressa and Alexis will be more than happy to get your email address, and we'll be more than happy to connect you with our counterparts in your local SBDC. Some of the services that the Florida SBDC network provides, it is no-cost business consulting to entrepreneurs and small businesses. As such, startup assistance, access to capital, international trade, marketing and growth strategies, government contracting, along with the important data, the market research information, and most importantly, the trainings and workshops. Just a special caveat in regards of a great installment of our workshop series that we're having in the fall. Next week on August 15th in Doral, we're having how to finance your small business. So it's a good ongoing conversation from today's presentations. We'll carry over for next week's presentation of how to start the business, how to plan, how to launch the business, and how to fund my business. And that is where some of our consultants, team members will be present. So continue with the conversation to enhance your business venture and business needs as well. And the link to register will be in the chat as well. So who am I? Who is presenting? I am the Assistant Director at the Florida SBDC at FIU. I have worked in the center for over 10 years. I have co-consulted in the realm of marketing and startup assistance by providing innovative tips to entrepreneurs on what would it take to be successfully start their business. I'm a 3-time alum at FIU with a master's in marketing and an MBA. I myself, I'm just like you. I have that entrepreneur spirit. I have multiple side hustles, so I definitely know what's the good, the bad, and the ugly on how to successfully manage a few businesses. And if you have any questions in the chat, definitely encourage you to put your questions, comments in the chat, and throughout the presentation, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you as well. Just a full disclaimer, some of the information is intended to provide it's on entrepreneurship and the steps that you may want to start your business. We're not going to be covering all the different scenarios, circumstances, as no two businesses, no two industries are the same. So definitely encourage you to touch base with your legal and tax professionals to assist you, which are the key areas that's best suited for you. So once again, we're going to go and get started. So before I proceed, I just want to, in the chat, definitely put if you are in business, not yet in business, in the idea phase, so like that we could have some conversations, some ideas throughout today's presentation. Not yet. Okay, idea phase. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now, no. Idea phase. Okay, so it's a lot of idea phases. Perfect. Yep. Perfect. That's fantastic. Yeah, so we're gonna be touching base a bit of everything from the idea phase to I started last week to I've been in business for 3 months. So this is a laying the good foundation because we want to build that house for you so that has a good strong foundation. So we're able to build the roof, have the four walls, but also to expand and also to grow the business to new markets of ideal customers that you like to cater to. How's it going, Holden? It's been a while. All right. So this is what we'll be talking based on the 4 key steps in starting your business the right way. The idea phase. Is there a market for your business? Are you able to do the market research based on the planning, the financing, how much capital you would need, how to calculate those costs and those expenses? And lastly, the launching. What is the business entity? What's next? How to market and grow the business. So we're going to start off with the startup formula. This is where you're able to, I want to start a business venture. I have my why, my purpose as to why I want to be a entrepreneur. But this is where you're able to have a self-assessment, self-analysis, as you don't need to create a new product or service from scratch. Some of the most successful companies did not create new products or new services. Instead, they brought those new innovative strategies in the already existing marketplace. And one of the buzzwords for today's presentation is the value proposition. So that is going to be one of the homework that I'm going to be asking everyone that's present today is to start determining what is your value proposition. In a few slides, I'll provide you some examples along with the definition. So definitely this is where you're able to have an idea how to service your product, how to market, and to get the right messaging. You do not need to invent something new or have lower costs because then the perception is how's the quality of that brand. You know how they say, like, if it's lower quality, it's a bad the perception that is really bad. So this is where we're able to start creating the competitive advantage of identifying those competitor weaknesses and market opportunities. That's where we're able to start doing the market analysis, the competitive analysis to see what they're doing wrong and what you can do to better the marketplace. Or for example, in my personal businesses, people ask me, Jesus, why am I charging X amount of dollars more in shipping versus offering free shipping and offering the same price for the product? It's because I provide that white glove service. I make sure that you yourself are buying something as if you purchase it yourself. And along with, at the same time, make sure that the products are not broken, they're easily packaged, neatly packaged, tightly packaged to make sure that it's from point A to point B that you receive it. Secondly, at the end of each year, I send an email and mail anyone who has purchased from me a gift card as a thank you for the holidays. Thank you for being my loyal customer, and how can I better assist you for next year? And always having the ongoing conversation. So instead of treating the customers as transactionals, I treat them as relationship. That is my competitive advantage on that side. And we have consultants that can assist you to determine what are some good successful strategies for your product or service that you like to offer to your clients. So as we're going with the planning phase, this is where you're able to start understanding the 3 key components. It is understanding your market, the who's, the why's, the where's, how to develop that business model, and creating the business plan. So before I proceed, I just want to ask everyone in the chat, have you already developed a business plan? Have you done a business plan? How's that experience? I just want to get to know your experience in the business plan phase. Okay, I got one that you already have one, thinking of doing one, have one, perfect. Okay, and how's that experience? Was it stressful? Was it easy? Perfect, writing business plan, perfect, okay. Perfect. The purpose of today's conversation, I want stress. I want to be stress free. So let stress be outside. In today's conversation, I want to give you all the framework, the toolkits, the outline to have a good business plan along with a business model. And perfect. I love it. Thank you, Wilson. And along with understanding who are your key markets, your primary and secondary target markets. So by understanding your market, it is these are the actual consumers with unsatisfied wants and needs who have both the resources and the willingness to buy from you. So as you as an entrepreneur, you should set out to fill the market needs by offering top quality and a great service at a fair price. So if you have the Goldilocks approach, if you um, sell it at a high price, then it's at a premium. So you're alienating a big amount of clientele. If you put it too low, then how's the perception of the brand? So having a Goldilocks approach would definitely help you to be successful and have traction. One of the greatest advantages of being a small business is that you have the ability to adapt to those market needs. So think of it as a entrepreneur, small business on a canoe making a 3-point turn versus on a ship on a canal or on the street makes it easier to navigate the waters versus making a 3-point turn if you're a cruise ship. It's very difficult. So by having a good understanding of the market needs and you're able to adapt, you're able to solidify yourself in the marketplace and have a bigger hold of the market share. There's various industry databases, resources are available to understand your market based on the market research. One of the biggest areas that we definitely encourage you to do is conduct that market research in person with consumers, asking them questions. What do you like, don't like, doing the competitive analysis, and having a binder with, if you're in the food business, what are the services that they provide? How often do they post on social media? What's their ticket times? What's the demographics? Also, the SBA website, it is a great website that you should definitely take advantage of, as they have a plethora of resources and links that could definitely help you to build the framework of understanding your market, understanding your finances, and also business planning as well. So one of the key areas that you should definitely put into consideration is the potential demand, the market size, the market competition, the economic indicators, locationing, and pricing of your market. So for example, I want to open up a childcare daycare center. That's a big demand. Everyone needs daycare services as everyone's working. But if I decide to say, you know what, in this part of the county, there's no daycare centers. That's fantastic. Let me be the only one. But upon further investigation of the market, you realize that is a 55 and over community. There's no young family, there's no young kids. So that's a very bad strategic decision. As opposed, let me do one in the middle of Miami. How big of a market do I have? How many competitors do I have? My indirect and direct competitors, and the pricing point. So maybe instead of being the number one Miami daycare center, I could do within a 2-mile radius, as these are my potential customers. So having a good understanding of your market would have a good strategic approach as to yield a better return on investment. So one of the 2 key elements to think of in developing your business model is the value proposition. I think that's the buzzword of the day. It is the clear and compelling statement on what unique value your company brings to the market. Once again, what unique value are your companies bringing to the market? Some questions you should ask yourself is, what do you offer to the customer? What needs are you satisfying? And how are you different from the competitors? Oftentimes, when I ask our clients, what is your value proposition? And the response are, I'm offering everything to the customer. I'm satisfying all of their needs and have no competition because I'm the best. That's great. But if you have no competition, is there a demand or product demand of the service or product you're servicing? So by going more in depth, that provides more of your elevator pitch, your sales pitch on how you're able to stand out in the competitive landscape. The go-to-market strategy is a step-by-step roadmap for getting your product or service to the customers. Focus on defining your target market, identify your customers, and show how it will reach your customers and outline those pricing models. Is it an annual base? Is it a one-time base, transactional base? Is it subscription based? Who is your primary and secondary target markets? So the go-to-market strategy is different from the value proposition, but them two are the same umbrella of developing that business model to give you the keys for success. In the chat, I saw that most of you have developed a business plan, need help to write one. So this is where most of our entrepreneurs, they lose track when it comes to drafting a business plan. It might be overwhelming, too stressful. Don't let the idea of drafting a business plan delay the opportunity to move forward. Let's focus on you could get the idea out of your head onto the paper, because this is a living, breathing roadmap on how to navigate your business towards your strategic approach. And having a business plan, it could be various topics. It could be more for the operations, the management of the business, but at the same time, it could be an opportunity to present it to investors, bankers, or potential partners as well. So based on tailoring the business plan, it could be what is the overall purpose. Some of the key components of developing the business plan is explaining who you are, why you're in business, what you do, how you do it, where you operate, how will you generate profits, who your customers are, and why is your business important. Nobody knows your business plan, your business model, your business venture better than you do. So definitely encourage you to develop at least an outline that explains these key points of the business plan. By having the blueprint for success, this is how it's the key components of the business plan, how you're able to tailor it in your plan by having a good executive summary. The executive summary, save that for last, as it brings everything together as to what you'll be discussing and presenting in your business plan. This is a good opportunity to present that in our YouTube channels. We definitely have some recorded webinars on developing a business plan. So definitely it's a good opportunity to, once again, like and subscribe, and the presentation will go more in depth as more of a conversation of build out the outline of your business plan. The personnel who are going to be working in the business, what are some operating procedures? How is the industry, by the way? Is it growing? Is it decreasing? Is it changing? How is that landscape like? The competition analysis. Who are your direct and indirect competitors? Who are your customers? Your primary and secondary target markets? What products and services are you offering? How's your marketing strategy? Is it more billboards? Is it more digital marketing? How is your marketing channels? That definitely evolves to your sales strategy. The financial breakdown, and obviously we're around lunchtime, so it's the optional appendices. Add more seasoning, add more flavor to the business plan to get the appetite for the reader to continue to continue reading on the business plan. A good way to develop the business plan is creating a business model canvas. Does not replace a business plan, but it's a one-page document that starts to create the outline of the components of what a business plan entails, such as your value propositions, the key activities, your channels, the key resources, the partners, and the customer segments. And we also have a presentation on developing business model canvas that could definitely enhance and elevate your understandings and framework of your business. Once again, understand that your business plan is tailored to that specific audience, and use your executive summary to catch the reader's interest and draw potential partners, bankers, and investors to continue reading on. Financing. This is one big area that everyone's looking for financing. So before I proceed, I just want to ask, are y'all looking for financing, or how can we be of assistance on the financing side? Do you have funds to start your business venture? Do you have partners? Or are you bootstrapping? what stage are you in the financing component? Okay, perfect. You got family and friends. Perfect. Working to get money. Okay. Savings. Yep. Absolutely. Perfect. Yep. Everything that has been discussed in the chat, from financing via credit cards, partnerships, um, bank, traditional loans. This is what we'll be, even bootstrapping. That's one of the key areas as well. So this is what we'll be discussing in the next few slides. But this is where you're able to have a good understanding of calculating your startup expenses, how much money you would be expensing um, before you open the door, based on what product or service, and how the business is going to be. Is it going to be a brick and mortar location, or service, or online based? This is where you're able to start and calculate and anticipate how much are the expenses. If it's office space, the inventory, the licensing, the permits, the salaries. And just like in the business plan, we strongly encourage you to have a projections of 3 to 5 years. Definitely have the 3 to 5 years of your projections as well. That definitely helps to carry the narrative as the ongoing growth of the business as well. And with the financial projections, this is where you're able to discuss of the revenue forecast, how much money you have in need, when and how the business expects to make profit. That is also called the break-even analysis. It also details what your marketing and operational processes and plans will cost you, and provide the 3 financial statements. The 3 financial statements is the projected balance sheet, the cash flow projections, and the profit and loss projections. So the balance sheets, it is reporting all the company's assets, liabilities, and the good thing is that everyone who is present today will be receiving today's presentation. So this is a good opportunity. The links will be active, so you could definitely plug in within your business plan and have all your finances neatly organized, having all your expenses reported and accounted for. The cash flow projections, it is the amount of money entering and leaving your business over a given period of time, enables you to meet your financial obligations as well plan for the future. And the P&L, this is what it discusses more of the fixed expenses, which is the rent that is on a monthly basis is the same amount, versus the variable expenses that it fluctuates from month to month. If it's commissions, if it's inventory, if it's additional expenses that you didn't foresee. This is where you're able to calculate the variable expenses. And each entry on the P&L statement provides the insights into the cash flow of how the company shows where the money is coming from and how it's being used. So this is a good opportunity to start taking advantage of these 3 slides with the examples of the links, so that you have a good understanding of your finances. So like that, it could be a good conversation to have with our team members next week of how to fund your business. Because the lenders will be asking you, what's your P&L? What's your balance sheet? What are your projections? So I'm giving you the homework before the teacher gives it to you, because I want you to own the table. I'm giving you a seat at the table. I want you to own it when the time is right. The break-even analysis, this is where the threshold that needs to be surpassed before the business is becoming profitable. So from the chat, I know that some were bootstrapping and saving money from their savings. Bootstrapping for most businesses is the best way to fund the business, as they retain the ownership and control over the direction of the business. However, this method assumes all the risk if you're not careful. It affects your personal finances and could delay also your retirement if you're not careful. So I want to make sure that you're taking those calculated risks, because at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur is a risk taker. But I want to make sure that this presentation and with our team and also resource partners, you're taking those calculated risks that yields a better return investment and in a good strategic approach for you to be successful. And the continuum of small business financing, there's all different avenues, but no 2 businesses, no 2 industries are the same. So one could be bootstrapping, one might be getting a small business grant. Some could be mission-based lenders. CDFIs, small business microloans, family and friends, commercial loans, crowdfunding, peer-to-peers, angel investors, and venture capitalists. So this is a good opportunity to have an idea as to which is the best route for you to obtain funding. And as I stated previously, it is viewed as the road or pathway, and this is where, depending on your business in the stage, if the idea phase you just started or you have started 2 years ago, it also dictates your industry. How's it growing? How's the business structure? What type of capital needs that you need, along with the other factors as such, like the 5 C's of credit. How is your character? Do you miss payments? Or are you always on time with your debt obligations? How's your credit? How's your what are the conditions? Just to name a few items of the 5 C's of credit, and also the other small business finances that are out there as additional factors. The launching phase. So this is where you're ready to determine which is the best business venture, business entity, I'm sorry, and how to open the doors based on this is the market, this is how I'm able to present my products and services to the competitive landscape. So the final step is to take these steps to incorporate and launch your business. There's the 4 major forms of business ownership. The sole proprietor, it's a business owned and managed by one person. A partnership is 2 or more people legally agree to become co-owners. A corporation, it is a legal entity with authority to act and have liability apart from its owners. And one of the most common ones is the LLC, that offers protection to the owner from the personal liability of any debts that business incurs. So it's completely separated. So my personal debt in student loans will not be impacting my business debt of the machineries. So everything's completely separate. So it's different protections. There's different pros and cons for every single business ownership. So this is where the discussion with the accountant and tax professional is best suited to guide you with the process to see which is the best route for you. Because maybe you and I might be in the same industry, but I have potential partners with me, so it's best a partnership. And in your case, for you, it might be a solo entrepreneurship. It all varies. So having a conversation with those professionals will best assist you and guide you on launching your business. Depending on your product or service or industry, certain business structures may have advantages. Factors to consider includes those personal liability, the taxes paid, the paperwork required that to file within the government. So once again, this is where you should definitely consider to consult with your accountant and legal professional. Here in the state of Florida, it is called SunBiz. This is where you're able to register your business entity in the state of Florida. Before I proceed with the next steps, I strongly encourage you to do research beforehand in searching the potential business name that you have in mind. Definitely encourage you to do the due diligence, because what I don't want you to do is develop social media channels, buy a domain, and that business name is already occupied. Or there's a similar business name, but you don't know what's the business ethics, the business practice, the morals of that business venture. So make sure that it's a unique name that is not similar, because it's about the perception. So this is where you're able to do the research of searching the potential business names, the resources, the legal forms, the structures, and also where applicable to create a fictitious business name. So the sunbiz.org, it is one of the first websites that you should do the due diligence to do the research of your name of business. Once you have completed the registration of the business on SunBiz, the next step, it is creating the EIN. The EIN, it is, think of it as a social security number of the business. It helps you to register the business entity, obtain a business loan, open a business bank account, and is needed for tax and filing reporting purposes. And if you're starting to open up your business here in Miami, the Miami-Dade County has a great website, how to launch, what permits, what licensing, and what requirements are needed. And that is where some of our consultants are able to assist you to get the certificate of use, which is the local business tax receipt, any licensing or permits that you need in the city or in the county as well. So it's crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And look at that. Next slide. The occupational certificate of use or the local business tax receipt. This is where the county issues local business tax receipts for 1 year, beginning October 1st and expires September 30th. So just think of it as renewing your car tag on a yearly basis, just like the local business tax receipt. Definitely, I encourage you to renew it every year, because if you don't renew it or don't have one, this is where the penalties and the fines will come and it'll be very costly. So check both once again in the county website and your municipality's website for additional business information and requirements. I know that throughout the presentation, I've provided a lot of links, a lot of information. So this is where it's going to be your best slide, all in one. Developing a business plan. Bplans.com is a really good website that definitely does a plug and play templates of what industries, formats of developing business plans. Then the starting the business website on SunBiz, the SBA launch guide, along with Miami-Dade County and the state of Florida regulations and business websites. So you'll be fully compliant and in good standing to operate your business. Now, earlier we provided different ways of the startup formulas. So I would like to give you the answer for the startup success, the secret sauce, in other words. So these are a little secret. So only you are going to be getting the secret formula. So I want to give you a checklist. So I would like to meet with everyone that is present today. I will put my Calendly link in the chat. So like that, we'll be able to schedule a meeting so we could go over everything together. So we could cross the T's and dot the I's and provide the next steps, because everyone is in different areas, different facets of or stages of their business venture. So I want to make sure that I want to give you the appropriate information and steps for you to be successful. So my colleague Andressa put my Calendly link, so I'll be more than happy to meet with you. So the 13 steps to make your business legit. And we'll go over, do you have a business name? Yes or no? Have you chosen your business address? Created your business entity? We talked about the 4 different formations. Register your business. Get the licensing and permits that is needed, along with your employer identification number. So all of these areas to make sure that where you're at, so we could proceed with the next steps to make sure, once again, it's to get the business bank account, consider getting a business credit card, a microloan, those introductions to our colleagues for the CDFIs, establishing those business credit, set up your books, have a good understanding of your financial management, understanding, have that language of an accountant and of a lender, so that you have the understanding, the vocabulary to understand what exactly they're asking for. Creating a website. We've partnered with Verizon to assist small businesses to become more digital ready, enhance their understanding of digital marketing, how to develop social media campaigns, social media strategies, email campaigns. So it's a really good partner that we have done with Verizon that definitely encourage you to participate, in which we'll be more than happy to provide you the link of Verizon Digital Ready program. That definitely is a good segue or good homeworks, a good practice to have, so that our consultants will be able to assist you with that implementation as well. Get a business phone number. I'm assuming that you don't want people calling your cell phone at 2 o'clock in the morning. By setting up a Google number or anything along those sorts, you're able to touch base with them at the time that you would like to set business operations. Register your business with online services. That's where we'll be able to help you out. So your name will be on Google, and your business. So like that, people will be able to search for you, but you have to have a good SEO analysis, a good website presence, good digital marketing, to get the clients that you would like to work with. So these are the 13 steps to make your business legit. And then this is where I would like to conclude. Definitely, we're starting as strangers. I want to leave as family. So this is our website, my personal number in the office, our email address. Definitely encourage you to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. as we have a plethora of recorded webinars to assist you to enhance the conversation, not only with our consultants, but at the same time to enhance your knowledge to start implementing some strategies of your business operations. And then if you have any questions, this is the time to ask questions. I'm also going to put my email in the chat. So that I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have after the webinar, and also connect you with the appropriate channels and ongoing the engagement side. And I do have a question here. How much for an address, since I don't want to put my personal home address, and where do I get it to make it official? That is a question to ask your consultant, because no two businesses are the same. So that's where you could definitely touch base with the consultant to see which is the best opportunity for you. Yes, and contact information, here it is. The website, definitely encourage you to visit. It's sbdc.fiu.edu. And our social media channels is F as in Florida, SBDC at FIU. Yeah, there's different avenues, as what Mr. John was saying, but definitely touch base which is the best appropriate channel based on what industry and licensing and permits that might require. And then at the same time, definitely encourage you, if you're interested, to meet with our consultants, not only based on starting your business, but any opportunities, like if it's marketing, access to capital. Don't worry, don't hesitate. Definitely encourage you to scan the QR code, and we'll be more than happy to have our appropriate consultants to assist you with your business needs. Okay. Great. In regards to, if you have an EIN under your own name, can you still register a SunBiz under business name? Yeah, because that the consultant will be able to guide you. Because you might have a DBA, you might have a different business ventures, so they'll be able to guide you and walk with you to see which is the best appropriate channels. Because what you don't be commingling your personal with your business information. Okay. Yes. Okay. So pretty much, yes, consultant. Yeah. So we have a team of 21 consultants to assist you at no cost, and they'll be more happy to assist you with your business needs. So if it's marketing, starting the business, building the framework, building the business model canvas, the strategic approach, the consultants will be able to assist you, once again, no cost. So you could definitely scan the QR code. So like that, once we get the inquiry, we'll be able to provide you with the next steps to make sure that you're assigned to the appropriate consultant to address the need that you're looking for. Can we have two separate services on the same business? I mean, so yes, you could have the umbrella of those two services, because that's the a la carte service that you're able to provide. And then okay, how long? Okay. So I just have a few questions right here. I'm sorry. Um. Yes. Okay. So do you guys offer business consultants? Yes, we have a team of 20 consultants. So shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to connect you. And so we can have a conversation based on what you're looking for, what pain point. Let me be your nurse so that I'll be able to assign it to the appropriate specialist in that area. Okay. Let's see. Yes, no. We don't pay, it's no cost for you. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So I have another question right here. How long does it take to establish business? It's you could do it today, establishing your business, and then on SunBiz it will appear within like 10 to 14 days on SunBiz. But you have to make sure that you're making the strategic approach by making sure that there's doing the planning phase if there's a market, because I don't want you to create a business and then there's no market or no need. So I want to make sure that we do those calculated risks to make sure that it yields a better return investment for you. After we make the plan and then we meet, with a consultant. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so it's building the framework, building the groundwork, because I don't want you to meet with another consultant, with one consultant like 4 levels ahead while we haven't done the first level. Because I want to make sure that we are in good standing to have a good foundation and give you the keys for success. Okay. Okay. So do you think there's a market in a marketing business? Okay, so that's a good question. So this is where you have to start doing an analysis of what what is your value proposition, what is the intended service that you'll be able to provide, what type of marketing is it? Do you have a niche of segments that you like to cater to? And what are the buyer persona or the brand experience? So having that conversation with our consultants and also partners, you could definitely have a good market research or good understanding per se of the behaviors, similarities, the trends of the ideal customers you like to cater to, and also any similar behaviors of other potential clients that you may not even thought about. Hopefully, Sophia, I answered that question for you. Okay. I think I answered all the questions. Okay. In regard, no, that shoot me an email, and I'll be more than happy to investigate further. Okay. Yes, and I put my email in the chat, so you can shoot me an email, and I'll be more happy to connect you with the next steps. Yep. Perfect. I love the game plan, Savannah. It's not live on the chat. Also that I'll receive mobile. Yes. All participants will be receiving the link for the 15th event, and definitely we're looking forward to meeting you in person on the 15th as well. Okay. All right. So that concludes. Is there a space available? Yeah, and that is where you have to do research based on space availability in the design district or Wynwood. Um, my recommendation is to contact the Wynwood Business Improvement District of any space availabilities, and how much it's going to cost for space rentals. So that's something you definitely touch base with the Wynwood Business Improvement District. Perfect. I love it. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on the 15th and the 26th. Okay. And then the presentation in Doral, how to fund your business on the 15th of August, it is at 10 a.m. And we'll be providing everyone the link to register as well. That's something you definitely touch base with them of the reconsideration of the business. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that concludes today's presentation. I want to thank everyone for attending today's no, the 26th, the person actually has an emailed me to schedule a meeting. So disregard the 26th. So I want to thank you all for attending today's presentation. I want to be mindful and respectful of your time. But definitely any way that we can be of service, of assistance, don't hesitate. Shoot us an email. We're more than happy to assist you, connect you with our partners, resources, information, to assist you with your business needs. So thank you all once again, and have a wonderful day. When is the next business meeting expo? Shoot me an email, and I gotta do some research on that side. All right. Thank you, everyone. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you hopefully all next week. Take care and have a wonderful day.